got a bit of Glen going on in my chair as well, so I need to.
Is that when it's squeaking? It's having a Glen.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna tighten it up a bit before next week.
You've used the auto sync audio in DaVinci,
Yeah,
haven't you? Does it work perfectly for you? Because it
perfectly.
doesn't. I
Hundred
mean,
percent of the time it works.
because
But
I found that for me, like 100% of the time, it's like a tenth of a second off or something. It's really, it's consistently a little bit off, just enough. If you play both the audio files, then you get a kind of echo in it. Is it just
yeah,
me, or is it just how it works? So you have to fiddle with it to get it perfect.
no. When it syncs up without fault. But there has been a couple of occasions where it won't sync up because it says you can't find any syncable
Yeah,
material, but I can't really. I mean, when that has happened, that has been the times when I have the most identical soundtracks without any noise. Because usually the when I film with my phone or something, that's much less good quality. So, but then it
yeah,
has no problem syncing it up. But if I have two very good audio tracks, it sometimes say, "Well, I can't find anything to sync up here."
yeah. For me, it's mostly when it's too much off. But if I put them roughly close together, then it finds it. But still, it's like tenth of a second off. But really annoying.
Yeah,
But
because I have been thinking. I mean, it would at some point been cool to make one of those clapper boards, and not as much for the clapper boards itself, but just having a loud noise so you can find that peak. So if it doesn't automatically sync, it's very easy to manually sync because that peak is very
yeah,
recognizable on the timelines.
it would be fun to have a clapper actually. Mm.
But then again, people. I mean, synchronized audio is on its way out because now everybody will be looking at the videos with dubbing, and that is not synced, or and
No
they
way.
ruin your original sound because they need to filter out your voice to put
Yeah,
in their own. So
yeah. That was really annoying. That was the annoying part of the dubbing function, that it killed the background noise.
yeah,
It was like going from FM to AM. It felt like. So yeah, but it's. I mean, it's cool that it exists, but yeah. The question is, how do you promote your videos in India and China and all of those big marketplaces?
because that's the fun thing though. Because if I watch my own video in Japanese and I forget to put it back, and then I come back to my computer later on and I go to YouTube and I see that Laura Kampf has posted a new video and I click on it and it's instantly German. And I'm just kidding. And it's she's talking Japanese, so it remembers that setting. So if the video you're watching also have that alternative switched on, it remembers. So, I mean, if you are a Japanese, then you just choose that in your settings and it will dub all available videos that have the dubbing function into Japanese. But I don't think they translate the text. But at some point, I guess they will do that as well. So if you are an Indian choosing Hindu, they will convert not only your audio but all the text as well. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be the natural next step.
So I just took a little break. Did you talk about the Patreon thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
okay.
was really brilliant,
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
I look forward to listening to that in the edit.
yeah. You should head over to Patreon and then you'll know what we talked about.
No, I don't look
No,
at the Patreon.
I did some procrastinating here the other evening, and then I thought well, I could just talk, and then I could put it up on Patreon. Sorry, guys, I'm just dumping all my brain farts on you. But while I was doing that, I was talking about the bagpipe guitar and some of the issues I've been having. And then I kind of landed on, well, sometimes you just need to make a decision and live with it. So I did. So I just took out the drill and just mounted the pipes to the guitar. And it looks freaking awesome. And by doing so, I mean, I had my first day in the office today, but I kept just thinking about recorders in every meeting. Recorders and bagpipes. Um, so I think I now have a solution for the bellows system and all the electronics. I need to go to the hardware store and buy some hose fittings and whatnot. But I'm also gonna 3D print some valves because it's going to be low pressure, and I've seen people have 3D printed some parts. And of course, as a backdrop to that, I spent a good few hours looking into, I'm not sure if it's another better word for it, but a busker organ. The people who are standing around the...
A mouth organ.
No, a busker organ. It like someone has put a hand cranked organ on top of a kid's tram, and they stand and they have a monkey on their shoulder, and they stand outside and play for coins.
Okay.
Those have a bellow system, and it is not many, but there is a few people who are dedicated enough to it that they have made some 90s style web pages with intricate description of how to make them, basically. And I just went directly to the bellows chapter, so I got inspiration both for the bagpipe guitar, but also for the bellows system for the Hell Quarter. So I'm actually learning stuff that benefits two projects simultaneously, and that is not often as a maker. So yeah, I've been on a roll.
With the bellows system, yeah, if it didn't provide enough wind to keep it going, could you run the bellows system into a tank and then take the air from there? So the bellows system
Yeah,
just sort of topped it up.
I could, but I mean, that's like going to the beach, right, with one of those floaty mattresses. You're spending 2 agonizing hour like pumping it up, and then it's 10 minutes of fun, and then you're sunburned. So, so yeah, that's a backup, I guess, but that's not. Hopefully, it should work. But I mean, seeing some of the smaller portable organs, they don't have less pipes than I have. So I mean, if it can give them enough airflow, it should be good enough for me as well. If not, I have the compressor. So
cool.
Yeah, I mean, it looked really good.
Yeah,
Very much a battle guitar, a Scottish battle guitar.
yeah. I need to. Damn it. I mean, I always wanted a kilt, but I never thought I'd shell out the money for it. But I need it for the thumbnail now, doesn't I?
I think KJ should make you one.
Yeah, sew me one, and then
That's for Scotland Festival and t-shirts.
no, but I do have the tartan cloth that goes over the bagpipe, and the bag is going to be on the backside of the guitar, so I can reshape that into a loincloth. I don't think it's enough for a full tartan, but
can I make you sporran?
And then, of course, you need to pixelate an area on the because, of course, you need to have some air blowing and some lift going on. So yeah, it's gonna.
There you go. Look.
Yeah, of course,
KJ's...
he has one. I actually knew that.
Yeah, my old festival kilt that I accidentally ran to the washing machine. So it's.
It looks like it's got a scrotum hanging off the front of chains.
Yeah, that's what's it called?
Ball bag.
The
sporran.
Yeah, exactly. The thing to keep it down so you're not indecent in public if the wind is blowing too hard.
I saw a video clip of I'm guessing it was a Scottish wedding where, of course, one of the guests were sitting on the front row, spreading his legs, not thinking about it, and then the minister just turns to him and just like doing a hand gesture, just like tuck it in, and he's like, oh shit," and then of course he crossed his leg, and then the minister turned around again and started the sermon before he just for a brief second just turned back to the guy and did like this, like call me. That was a brilliant clip, and of course everyone just burst out in laughter. So
So that's about right for a minister as well.
yeah. Oh. No, yeah, a kilt. Always wanted one, but yeah, making one that should. I mean, it's not the most complicated
No, it's not hard, I would
garment,
say.
at least not for a thumbnail.
I mean, if you want to do it properly, it takes a shitload of fabric, but all the
Yeah, but I want
all the
I want
difficult parts, it's on the backside. So if you want to fake it, it's really easy because you don't see all the folds.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. I want the miniskirt popularized version from Braveheart, not the original one with 10 meters of cloth where you put it over your shoulder and wrap it around you, and yeah, but that's a
Yeah.
shitload of material.
I think I used 3 meters of fabric on mine. That is just the miniskirt version. So I think it's 6 meters if you want the full one, and 3 meters for just around the waist.
Just put one of your wife's skirts on for the thumbnail.
Yeah, if you got something that is, I mean, you could use just a shirt that is had the same pattern, and just fold it in the correct places, and then it will look kiltish enough.
Yeah, that's
for you.
true. And I could just wear one of her dresses basically because the guitar is going to cover up the top half, so it's going to look like a skirt anyway. So yeah,
Yeah, if you have a dress in a fabric that is closely resembling, then it will be fine. I mean, it's a flowery dress.
Yeah,
it's a bit off.
she's a descendant from the line of the flower clan, so their tartan is yeah, some pink flowers on yeah. No, but okay. So now I have to put a kilt on the list. Yeah,
You can make a
never-ending
kilt
list of projects.
out of the typical woodworker's shirt and make a woodworking kilt.
I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, you can spin one on your lathe. I mean, they are circular, and you've proven you can make them rather thin. So yeah,
Yeah, I'll turn you a kilt then.
yeah, do it.
Just you get that knot missing in the piece of wood, just in the right area.
Yeah, I mean, you can turn it front to back depending on where it's needed at any given time.
Exactly.
Do they make the utility kilts in another color than just the black and trying to look it cool?
I was kind of expecting they would make it in leather then, but
Yeah, they got the leather one and just jeans and black and green. So it's not doesn't look kilty.
You can get a denim kilt, can you?
Yeah.
but that's a good thing though. I could put it on. I can put it on my list, not the list of projects, but the people have been nagging me because. Just plugging myself here. My birthday is coming up soon, and people have been asking me, "Where's your list of things that you wish for?" And now I have to make something. So, of course, it's going to be a list of gift cards for woodworking equipment. But yeah, maybe I'll put a kilt on that list.
Why not? Everyone should
Or
have one.
not mention it at all, and if I get it, we know who in the family who listens to the podcast. But I'm not going to get it.
No.
No one.
That being said, though, speaking about making, well, let me check here because my 3D printer is running in the background. 18 minutes left. I've been making tool holders as well, but basically adapters for dust extraction.
I think that's a rite of passage if you have a 3D printer, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, adapters are relatively cheap, but when you need a lot of them, it adds up. So why not get an extremely expensive 3D printer and make them yourself?
I think I'm going to turn some on my lathe actually,
Yeah.
out of
I mean,
oak.
Yeah, and I think you could have made this faster than the 3D printer can print it.
yeah, I mean, if I had a 3D printer or a lathe, that's one of the first things I would make. I
Yeah.
feel. So yeah, because the ones I mean, I usually when I need to adapt something, it's a lot of tape and like the toilet paper rolls and that sort of thing. And a Frankensteinish, it works good enough for almost the entire time I need it.
Yeah. Most of my dust extraction comes from the plumbing department from the hardware store, KJ.
Yes, it's a lot of that as well. But to get everything to fit, it's a lot of tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. I now made everything to fit the same kind of hose, and I do plan to have that centralized ducting in the roof for electricity and camera mounts, and also running the dust extraction hose through there. So I have just a connection point above my working stations, and now I've made all the adapters for the tools. So the final piece, the resistance, is the what's it called, the selector, where you just
Oh, yeah.
move a piece to choose which pipe it will extract from, basically.
Oh, that's cool. I don't think I've ever seen that. You see the little gates that they have on the pipe, don't you? Just in front of, at the back of every tool, but I've never seen
Yeah.
Yeah,
actually
I've
somebody
seen.
make a selector.
Yeah, I've seen a sliding selector where you have a pipe with like four holes, but of course, when you slide the selector, it opens up, but it then covers up the other holes.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds cool.
but I think I can make it very easily on the 3D printer. But the guy I saw making it did it in wood, and it was a craftsmanship, making that fit, slide beautifully, but also being airtight enough for it to work. So that's the plan. That's going to be a project for this summer.
I just ran some plumbing hose, some 32mm pipe basically at the back of, under my bench, but at the back of the drawers, because there's a gap at the back of the drawers,
Yeah.
just to extend, and that works brilliantly. And I've just got some blanking caps, which are actually quite loose, and I glued some foam in there. You stick that on there, and when the vacuum's on, basically, it pulls it down tight enough that the bit open end still works perfectly well.
Yeah, I mean that works brilliantly, and that's what my workshop is so small that I can reach the hose from anywhere. So I just
Yeah.
take the hose and thump, put it on whatever equipment I'm going to run next. So I don't need a selector, but of course I'm thinking into the future. At some point, I'm going to have more than 2 square meters of workshop space, so and it would be nice.
That's the thing with this pergola, it leads onto, so there's my workshop, the cathedral, and then the cathedral opens up onto the underneath the pergola, and the pergola is 4
Oh, that's
meters.
why the oversized brackets, you're going to put walls on it, isn't it? Aren't you?
It's 4 meters by 4 meters. That thing. Rubberized the roof, put some sides on it. It's a big workshop extension. That
we need this wood-fired oven in the corner, but I mean it's a pergola. Yeah, but it's cozy. It's for the ambiance.
yeah. Oh, that would be a mega extension to the workshop. That
It's a bit chilly. We should at least put up one wall to break the wind, and maybe two for
walls.
rigidity. You always need a corner, and then I mean it makes sense to.
Yeah. And I'm really worried about security. We should just put all the walls and the door in the front.
Yeah, I just heard recently that the neighbor got his patio furniture stolen because that's a craze now. So yeah. Yeah, I see your plan there. We might have to edit this out so Michelle doesn't pick up on it.
I was just thinking, if I did that, what could I build to make her happy again?
Yeah, that's the same with me in the last episode. I say I ordered the wrong kind of gravel, but basically it was with intent because it's basically drainage before putting a concrete slab on because I'm going to extend my workshop. Yeah, it's going to be a carport with walls.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean a garage? No.
But I mean, a sun and rain roof would be nice outside the workshop, so you could work outside, but still have a roof over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I wish that my garage door didn't fold up inside my workshop. It would just be hinged
Yeah,
like
Oh, that would be cool.
you just turn it out and put down two sticks to keep it up, and then you have
and
some
then
roof.
actually gently trip on them, and you get it in the head.
Yeah, slams into your miter saw, making it more crooked than an American politician.
Yeah, I have been thinking of putting on one of those marquees that you have over your over a deck or a yeah
A
place.
gazebo.
Is that what it's called in
The
English?
open-sided ones.
Yeah, the ones that you just that go straight out from the wall.
Oh, that's an awning.
Oh, awning?
Yeah.
That's a word I've never heard. But sure, I believe you.
We
It's
we
garden enough that you should know it.
Yeah.
we had one of those electrical ones fitted to the house when we moved in, and unfortunately the adjustments for the angles were either it was straight out so the wind could really easily break it off, or then it was too steep. So when you were sitting, you were like, yeah, it was blocking too much of everything. So we gave it away. And of course, my father in law put it up on his house, and there it works perfectly. So now I'm looking at it, and like, yeah, that's nice. Want one of those, just not that one. But that's the problem, though. I did not think about it. I could have put it underneath the roof of the garage and just use that as a roof, but still, you would need some support because once it's windy, it would really easily tear it apart.
On your existing garage door, you could put a piece of plywood on a slider system. So when it's up, you just slide the piece of plywood out. You can work underneath that.
I've have thought
Yeah,
about something
Yeah.
similar, and then also with some rolled up curtains that I could drop down, so I would have a paint booth that's both protected from the wind, but also not getting like spray can aerosol dust inside the workshop.
I had visions of you making a booth there where you could just pop into and come back out as a Scottish man in your kilt or something.
Yeah,
just paint it like a telephone box.
the Clark Kent of the
Yeah.
maker community. Yeah, that's yeah. Totally different channel, just wearing glasses. Like, is that the same guy? No, no, I'm not that guy. No, no,
Nothing like him.
oh, that wanker. No, I'm Scottish. Oh, but that's I did not I did not include a paint booth in my workshop specification drawing.
It's because you
Fuck.
don't own enough land for what you want in this new workshop.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
thing though. But could I fit a smudge? No, I mean paint booths are notoriously they need to be a certain size so you don't touch the walls, and they need to be climate controlled. And yeah, it's hard having a temporary or fancy solution for that. You need a structured box specifically made for that and not used for anything else. So
That depends on how big stuff do you want to paint.
How
always
big-
bigger than the room you have.
Yes.
It's the same universal workshop rules that works for paint booths as well. So
Yeah, just build a bathroom with a shower in it and use that as a paint booth.
yeah. Now, of course, I mean, I keep telling myself that if I had a paint booth, I wouldn't spend over a year on the rust-legged table because I was waiting for a nice weather to put the clear coat on. So, but I'm sticking with that story. That's nothing to do with procrastination.
No, never.
You have to bear in mind when you want all of these things for the workshop as well, we are just hobbyists. None of us are professional anything when it comes to making.
Oh, but you still
That's
want nice
true,
stuff.
but
Oh yeah,
it's like
nice stuff, but a
dre-
paint
dress
booth's a bit much, isn't it?
dress for the job you want, not the job you have. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you don't have to take out a loan to buy the suit.
About 10 minutes away from here, on quite a main road, they'll see
It's
a
the
sign.
end of the half pint.
Yeah, no. I keep passing and seeing a sign that says workshop and 5 acres of land for sale, and I haven't looked to see how much it is yet, but it's intriguing.
Would be nice
I mean,
to know.
it doesn't cost anything to check. What if this is the scoop of a lifetime, and you just drive by until some other Tom, Dick, and
Yeah.
Harry buys it, and just
This place did run as a reclamation yard for a short time, and I have seen the workshop, and it's a modern sort of agricultural building, like barn style building,
Yeah.
and it was full of some very interesting tools, and it was very big. So it'd be a great makerspace.
Yeah.
yeah.
You need that.
I do, don't I?
That's
It's the 5 acres of land I have to mow with it. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, but then you can also start your gardening channel. It's a win-win.
Just get some goats.
Yeah.
Glenn's Goats. That's a good channel.
Yeah. Just a live stream of goats in the yard. Yeah,
Just strap cameras to them and see what.
I mean, the problem is
Shenanigans they get
that's
up
going to
to.
get a lot more followers and views than he will ever get on the workshop page. It's like posting cat content. I mean, people can't get enough of it.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Glenn's Goats. Yeah.
And we need to head over to Udio and make a theme tune for that. Glenn's Goats. Doot, doot, doot.
What are they eating today?
Could put a competition, couldn't you? What should we
Grass.
call this goat? We've got a new goat. What should we name it?
I mean, except for Howard and KJ, the rest of the goats will be. That could be a thing. All the guests on the podcast get a goat named after them.
If it gets big enough, we could do it like a Colin First thing and sell jarred goat poo.
Yeah, you can bring it to Maker Festival and make yeah.
Just bring the more famous goats from the herd.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
if
just
I got a
see-
ginger goat, it'd definitely be called Haavard.
to get a ginger goat. I need to Google that. It's probably some weird pseudonym for some fetish stuff. So I'm gonna save that for later in
could get a
incognito
giraffe.
mode.
Get a giraffe and put a little bit of a beard on it and call that one KJ. KJ the goat.
Oh, that's why they call it a goatee, eh?
I mean, this stuff writes itself.
Yeah, it sure does.
I think it's run out. I think it's probably time to end it there.
I think we can't top that. So yeah.
If we can't top that, we're done for.
I don't
At
know
least for
about yours.
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. All right then. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.